Holy fucking hell. I'm surprised that I actually got this figure. It was a gift from my brother, but she's fucking gorgeous. I have been eyeing this figure for the better part of a year and a half, I think. I have the Vampirella from Claiborne, I think it's Claiborne Collectibles that I got years ago, and there was a Target exclusive, not Target exclusive, I mean Tower Records exclusive when they existed back then, of Julie Strain. She was more expensive, gorgeous figure. I have her in one of my shorts. That figure was more of a statue than action figure because the only thing that moved was her arms. But she did come with a beautiful stand and still gorgeous figure. But my lord. Okay, so today I'm showing off the Frazetta Collectibles Vampirella figure. Hold on a second. She comes packaged really beautifully. Let me show you the box first. I'm gonna move around. Can you believe she's standing on her own heels? That's the box she comes in. Gorgeous. And that's all the stuff that she does come with as well. Yeah, it was a Christmas gift from my brother. I didn't want anything from him because for the past year he's been paying for my phone because he had me on his family plan. But I have been on his family plan for 3 years and I was paying for it. And then all of a sudden one day he tells me, don't worry about the phone bill, I got you. And I don't like doing that because he's got his own problems and his own bills. But late December after Christmas, he asked me if I wanted anything for Christmas. I kept saying no. And then he got mad at me, did that Ryan Gosling notebook thing. You know, what the fuck do you want? And he kept yelling. So I'm like, if you want to get me something, get me the Vampirella figure. And then he asked me where I can get it. I said the only place I see her at, that she's still at the asking price and not more, is Big Bad Toy Store. So I sent him the link, shipped it out to me. Well, he bought it for me and got her yesterday. Yesterday. And gorgeous figure. The asking price is $89 plus the shipping and tax came up to like $96, $97. But Jesus, this comes inside of the box here. So it's a beautiful art of Vampirella. I'll show you after. I'll show you what she comes with because I'm not good at showing stuff, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And then I'll show you a scale comparison with 2 other figures from 2 different toy companies. All right, here we go. Hopefully that's better. So the figure comes in packaged beautifully. I love that it was so easy to put together and no twisty ties. She comes right out, but yet packaged securely. But if you're planning on getting her, her hands come loose. So open her on a flat surface and just take out the hands slowly because they are kind of small. So let me show you what she does come with. She comes with an extra hairpiece, which I'll put on. She comes with a slew of hands. And I'm probably the only fool or idiot that I love the female figures to come with their fingernails painted. And I'm not sure why I love that, but that's nice. If you guys got a blur in the video, let me know. But yeah, she comes with a bunch of, extra hands. Let me see. She comes with these skulls. Wow. Yeah, I kept debating myself last year whether to get for Halloween between her and Scarecrow, and I opted for Scarecrow from McFarlane because he was the cheaper route to go. Second skull. I'm not sure if we can put the skulls on the base. And she comes with these 3 bats. This first one. Second one. And here's the last one. I think it would have been better if it was matted instead of the shiny plastic, but it's a little tiny. I'm not even gonna say a complaint, but still cool though. They included the bats. And she does come with 2 extra head sculpts. This is the one that she actually comes with, which I'll put on in a minute. Baring her fangs. Gorgeous. She even comes with earrings. I mean, let me show you the base that it comes with. She comes with. This is amazing. I can't wait. I actually wanted to get it for Halloween, but when I saw that price, I was like, yikes. Because I was thinking, for that $96, I can probably get 2 McFarlane figures or 1 McFarlane figure and 1 Marvel Legends. I mean, that's how my, brain works. So that's why I didn't get it. But my brother, oh, I think I showed you the short hair. She does come with the inside flap. Gorgeous art. The character was created in 1969 by Forrest J. Forgot his name. Forrest J. Dear Lord. Trying to remember. Hold on a second. I know it. Forrest J. Ackerman, who wrote for the character, and the artist was a female named Trina something. I forgot her name. Sorry about that. But her hair came out. But this is a really cool base. Even the tree moved, or that tree. I think we can put the bats on these. I'll give it a whirl later and take some photos. But this figure, my lord, I'm gonna put on the short hair so you guys can take a look at the short hair. There's blood around her lips. Jesus, Nightwing, eat your heart out. I keep saying this, but if I had a butt like that, I'd be making tons of money. I can pay off my damn credit card real quick. She is a gorgeous, gorgeous figure. She comes with heels. I think she does have like the ankle articulation, which I'm not going to move around because she's standing perfectly fine without putting her on the base. She does not have toe articulation. She does not have double jointed knees, but they do rotate. She comes with that. I put the bangle on. I opened her up before I did the video just to save everyone the hassle of hearing me scream. But she came out so easily, and this thing was so easy to put together. I did it within like 90 seconds. So you guys will probably do it under 30. And to put this, you got to remove the hand. Be careful with it because you don't want to break the peg. Just slide it on, and that stays in securely. I'm not going to move the armors any more than that. I'm going to put on the other head sculpt. On the other head, I should say. All right, and I'll put the other hair back on. Come on, Vampirella. My first glimpse of Vampirella, because I knew she existed, I was about 4, maybe 5 years old. I was in the kitchen with my cousin, my father's first cousin, Robert, and he was reading a magazine, and the cover on it was of her, because that was vivid. And then I remember my mom coming from outside back home, and she went into the kitchen bringing in groceries, and she saw Robert reading. She grabbed the magazine from him. She, rolled it up, and she started whacking him over the head and cursing him out in Spanish because he was looking at that while I was in the kitchen. He was about 17 years old, maybe 15. It looked like a magazine to me, but I think it was a comic book. But yeah, she's got her fangs out. The character's from a planet called Drakulon. I hope I said that right. It's a blood planet. And I think it's just filled with a lot of vampires, if I'm not mistaken, because I really don't know much. There was a movie that came out in the 90s, kind of campy. I only watched it once, so I don't have much memory of that film. I just remember that Brian Bloom was in it, and I had a huge crush on the actor Brian Bloom. And he does the voice a lot for Call of Duty video games. I'm going to put the other head on. And she is a hero. And she does have superhuman strength, healing factor, and there was something else, and superhuman speed. But my lord, and my apologies yesterday because I showed Monica the figure, and she loved it, and she saw the comment that I put. She goes, "Did you just say that's just for the men?" I went. She goes, women will appreciate that as well. I went, you know what? I stand corrected at my age, so I had to re-edit the comment. I think and considering when I did the research, it was both a man and a woman that created the character in 1969. I'm like, yeah, I'm glad she put me in my place. So my apologies on that. But I think she's one of those figures that I think straight men would not feel bad about picking up, because that was one of my issues with Todd McFarlane when he made that analogy. I'm like, oh, that's so irresponsible to put an idea that if a straight guy buys a female figure, that there's something wrong with him. And that bothered me. It really rubbed me the wrong way. And at his age, him being older than me, I would think he would know a little better to make an analogy of female figures and boys collecting and becoming serial killers. I didn't appreciate that. And I was a little upset with Artemis Prime for not calling him out on that. So I'm not sure if those interviews are scripted or not. I know I just flew up. I'm going to say it. I fagged out. I was cursing at the screen because, I saw Artemis Prime face, like it bothered him, I guess, but didn't say anything. And I'm like, nah, you don't say that. You don't say there might be something wrong. It's just silly. Female figures has been around at the boys' toy line since the 80s, starting with He-Man, excuse me, and the Masters of the Universe back in 1981, 82, and Hasbro G.I. Joe was putting in female figures like Lady J, CoverGirl, and the Baroness, and Scarlet, because my brother had them. And, like I said, it's irresponsible for a guy with this power of influence to say such a ridiculous thing. So some of my friends say, oh, you hate Todd McFarlane. No, I don't hate the guy, but you got to be more responsible when you're talking. Because a lot of men are watching over his videos and hanging on to his every word, and saying something like that is not good. Especially for a guy who's like 18, 19, 20 years old. So I love the figure. She's gorgeous. Thank you so much, Rodney, for getting me this figure. What was stopping me from getting her was the price on her, but my younger brother, you're the best. Let me do a few comparisons on the scaling with two different toy companies. Dracula from NECA, way taller than her. He cannot stand. Look at this. She can stand on her own. He can't. Oh, yeah, he can't. Oh, maybe he can now. Okay. He's way taller. I think he's 8 inches. She's about 6. There are short people out there. I am the shortest out of my brothers. I even have my 2 female cousins who tower over me. I'm only 5'7", and my female cousins are 5'10" and 5'11". Their father's Greek. And my brothers, I have 5 brothers, they're all taller than me. I got my mother's everything. And no lie when I say this, I even got her estrogen. The doctor confirmed it. I have a abnormally high estrogen level. I found that out about 10 years ago when they did blood work. I'm like, oh, well, that makes a whole lot of sense. The doctor's like, what makes a whole lot of sense? And then he was like, you know what? You don't have to answer that. Which I wasn't, but just put one and one together. But anyway, that's a Bela Lugosi Dracula from NECA. Beautiful figure. I should have put his cape on, but his cape does come off extremely easy. You do that and it comes right off. But I do have it here. And to bring out another supernatural character, Spawn. Might not be bad. But who knows? I cannot believe she can stand on those heels and look at her feet. They're not even straight. The other companies should take note. Jesus. And I love the way they packaged her. No twisty ties where you can damage the figure using clippers or... I just love it. I'm not sure why Marvel Legends hasn't done that. McFarlane hasn't done that yet. Because Marvel Legends, you can just take the figure right out with no problem whatsoever. So I'm confused why McFarlane has to put all those twisty ties. But yes, if anyone's interested in getting the figure, they have quite a bit. They still have in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. And I'm not sure how long she's been out. Because it's been, I think, a little over a year that I've been eyeing her. And I'm like, oh, that price, $90, yikes. Because in my brain, I'm like, with the $90 or $96, I can purchase 2 McFarlane figures and maybe squeeze in a Marvel Legends. Or I can buy 3 Marvel Legends figures for that price. That's how my brain's thinking. Which is why I haven't gotten into like Mayfix or SH Figure Arts. They're just way too expensive. But this figure, it's my first like really expensive small action figure. So she's really, really, really gorgeous. I just can't get over her butt. Dear God. Yeah, her elbows aren't double jointed, but they do swivel. And I love her painted fingernails. So freaking cool. Yeah, I'm just so happy. So thank you, Rodney, for getting me this figure. You're the best. But anyway, my peoples, I think I've rambled on long enough. I hope Eric, the Silent Collector, Ventra, Sair, Carlos, Leonard, Raggedy Balboa, oh my God, and Carlos. I hope you guys are doing great, and you guys are safe and sound. I'm not sure what movie. I think I put it in the community tabs on the channel. But if you guys get a chance, watch Clown in the Cornfield. It's campy, but I freaking love that movie. I don't care what anyone says. It brought me back to the 80s in a way of that it was campy. I love how it ended, and I'm not spoiling it, considering that in the 80s, the way a lot of the horror films ended, this one did not end that way. So I appreciate that so much. I'm not sure if anyone else who saw it felt the same way, but it's one of my top 10 horror movies now. That's how much I love it. So you can sue me if you want. It's all good. Everyone has different tastes. And the cape fell. Chris. But anyway, you guys are the best. And thank you guys so much for, even if you stood for like 2 minutes and left a comment, you're great. Blessed be. May you guys stay safe and protected by the higher power that's watching over us. Anyway, love you guys. Peace.